3, 2, 1. Hello, the one and only Xylophony here with another little bit of a tutorial. Now, if you've seen the beginner's guide, you already know how to survive out in the wild and hopefully not get eaten by dinosaurs. But there's a lot more to this game than that. So we're gonna go over how to actually build some stuff. Now, of course, the first thing you're probably gonna want to build is a basic shack. You know, 4 walls and a roof. That'll keep you safe against the elements and even dinosaurs if it comes down to it. So pretty much it's just like anything else. You learn the engrams and then you go to the item and you craft it. Now the first thing you're going to want to make is a thatch foundation. Now you can also make this out of other materials such as wood. A wooden foundation is a good idea if you have that engram. But for this example, we're just going to go ahead and make some thatch foundation. So that's pretty much how you start off. Now, along with those, you have to make walls as well. And if you're going to go for a whole door system, you're going to need to make a thatch door frame. Now, I have a lot of engrams here. I'm using my main character just so I can have all the engrams and show you guys a lot easier. So, we are going to go here. There we go. And we got a couple of the materials we need. So, we're going to start off with a basic thatch foundation and a door frame here. So, here's a nice little rock to build against. I like this as an area. We got right by the beach, so we have water, we have stone to harvest, and we have wood to harvest, berries, everything we need, and there's not a lot of predators here. So we're going to build right here. It's a good starting spot. And now we have a thatch foundation. Now, as you saw there, with the foundation, you just kind of move it along, and that little green outline is where you're going to place it. Now, if you want to place one next to another thing, you just have to move it nearby it, and it'll hook up to it. So I'm just looking over here and it hooks up to the side, looking here and it hooks up there, and then to place it you just click. So there we go, we have a bit of a foundation there, and I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger with the help of my friend ARK here. So what do you have on you, my friend? I believe we have one more foundation here and a good amount of thatch walls, so that will help out. Let's go ahead and put another foundation down. So now we have a little bit of a decent sized house. This isn't too small, but you can of course just start with a 1x1 shack if you would like to. Now we're going to place some walls and door frames. Now the walls, they go down fairly simply. You just take them and just like you did, you just hold them over the thing you want them to connect to, click, and they're there. Now the thing about walls is you can't just put them down anywhere. You can't just put a wall on the ground, you can't put it on the rock. It has to be on a foundation of some sort. So we're going to go down and connect it to there. We're going to do another one, connect it to there. And you can also build it higher. So I can make it about this tall if I wanted to. And then you can just continue from there. But we are also going to get a door area down. Actually, we have a little bit more wall, so let's go here. And here. There we go. So now we got 3 walls down. Now we need doors. So to make a door frame, you just use the engram to do that, and then you just go here. If you want it to have the same look of it, because there's 2 walls, 2 sides to every wall. There's the outer thatch part and then the inner crossbeam part. You want to be standing on the inner part if you want it to have that right look. So on the outside, it's all that natural thatch. So that's how that works out. Let's see if we actually have a couple more of those, so we can do some examples here. We have a door, perfect, and 2 more door frames. Now normally you would just want to do 2 walls here, but I'm going to show you the difference between different kinds of materials. So we are actually going to have 3 doors on this house. Now to make doors, it's pretty much the same thing as you make the door frame or anything along those lines. You just simply find the engram. So we're going to look for that right now. We have a thatch door there. I'm actually going to see if we can craft a wooden door. Now where's the wooden door? Once you get further into the game, you get a lot of engrams. So, which is a good thing. So there we go. We have a wooden door, a thatch door, and I believe Rocky has a metal door for us. So we will... Oh wait, I have the metal door. Good, Rocky. Good job. And you can connect any type of material with any type of, you know, foundation, any type of base. It doesn't matter. I can just take this metal door right here. Even though it's much further down the line than thatch, I can simply place it right there. Same with the wood, and same with the basic thatch. So there we go. Now looking at the three things here, obviously they have a different look to them. So the three doors have different amounts of defense points. Each one will take a different amount to get through. Obviously the thatch over here has only 1,000 points on it, while the metal door has over 6,000 points on it. So building your home with better supplies will help you defend your place better. Let's go inside after getting a couple more things here. We are going to need ourselves some roofs. So we have them there. And let's just grab the rest of these items here. We can also do wooden ramps later. And right now I'm going to use one of them as an example to actually make it like a good access point into your house. Now we have a nice little area where we can walk up. We don't have to jump into our house every time we enter. So it's just, there's a lot of little things that can make it prettier. I'll let you explore them on your own. But we are first going to go ahead and do that. So we have a roof. And sorry if I skipped over that a little bit. Same roof is the same as all the other stuff. You just reach it over, whatever you want to make, and then you just place it. Now another thing you can do with the roofs, they don't have to be directly over it. You can kind of put them at an angle here. So for this example, I think we're going to do a little bit of this. So that'll give it a little bit of an overhang, and then you can connect those up. So let's try to make a couple more thatch roofs and see what we can make this look like. So, of course, just craft the roofs like you want. And you're going to need a lot of thatch and wood for most of these construction things. So be ready for that. And I'm also going to make some thatch walls for our next project. There we go. Let's just use up a lot of that thatch. There we go. So you can actually move around while it's crafting. It'll just make you move slower. But yeah, we can connect this right up with that. And then we have a little bit of an overhang. And if you ever need to get rid of something, say you misplaced it, like we don't like how this is looking, the only thing you need to do is hold your E over it, go to demolish it, hold to activate, and there you go. You get half the resources back for it, so it's not a total loss, but it's also not the most efficient thing. You don't want to make mistakes, but if you do, you can always get that fixed up. So there we go. We have a little bit of a front roof. Once we gather some more thatch, we could work on the back as well, just the same way as before, by placing things down. And now we are going to see if we can work on some outer defenses. Now, what you want to do to make outer walls is you gotta go with some of these fence foundations. So the fence foundations, you were spooking me. We're just gonna kind of defend the front of this just a little bit. So the fence foundations are pretty much just a log you put on the ground, and then you can connect walls and things to this. So let's place that one right there, and let's place another right over here. There we go. So we got a couple foundations down now, and we can take those thatch walls we made and connect those right up. There we go. And there we go. Now obviously I kind of made this look the wrong way. You can kind of mess with it a little bit if you want it to be a little bit prettier. But that's looking pretty good so far. We have a little bit of a house made rather quickly, I would say. Really gathering the resources is the tough part. And if you want to continue the wall, you just take the foundation and you connect it to here. You can make it turn a little bit. It's just you got to kind of move around with it. As you can see, it's angling different ways here. We're going to make it go at a little bit of an angle and place another wall here. And there we go. So here's a little bit of a hut we got going here. Now you can even do more to decorate them. There's plenty more engrams and stuff you can do for that. But we're actually just going to use paint. So here we have a paintbrush with green coloring on it. The way you get, paintbrushes colored is you just take dye, drag it over it. Ta-da! Now we have a blue paintbrush. So if we wanted to, we could go ahead and paint the door. The metal door actually gives you a lot of options. And you can dye it just like you can dye armor, all the different items of it. So you can just get a big blue door. And the thing is with the wood, it doesn't look that good when you paint it, just because it kind of like slathers paint all over it. So it'll look like that once we paint it. Or did I even do that? I painted the wrong side of it. So we can also paint all the other bits of it. There we go. So yeah, I don't really like the way the wood works with the paint. But if you do want that, go right ahead. And then thatch looks pretty good. So we can just make that nice and blue. Or we could do it on, the other side. or just all about that thatch. So there, we got some different colored stuff, and same way you paint anything, you just take another brush with a different color on it, or use up the paint that's on that brush, and then you just go about, and you can go ahead and paint your walls. So this is not the greatest looking thing, but it's a good example of what you can do with your building things. And then, just grab a campfire, place it down, cook up some meat, and I think we can call this home. I think this is a pretty decent looking home. Maybe the paint is a little excessive. You can work with some color patterns to your liking, but this looks like we got some nice fresh thatch here instead of dried thatch. I think that's not too bad, right? It depends. Really, one thing I do love about this game is you can customize your build so much and work with it as you wish. But that's just a quick example on how to do some building, builds, whatever you want to call it. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a like on the video and let me know any other tips you need. I think we're going to actually go into farming soon, so definitely get ready for that. But this is Xylophony, and I will see you next time.